Good evening, fellow Biafrans. Good morning, depending on where you are watching from and joining us from today. I welcome you all to the presentation, to the final presentation of the Biafra Republic government, both in the homeland and in exile, of our GRA Ebube. Final presentation today by the Biafra business team. And headed by Brgie, and then of course with the our building and infrastructural department headed by Ebenezer, the urban development department in collaboration with the new mandate. Welcome everyone to this presentation this evening, and I want to thank the business team for the success recorded so far. This evening I'll be very happy with all the headache, but with the news I'm hearing and the news I'm getting, the headache is going away. So I want to thank you for this good news that is coming, and I want to encourage all of you to keep it up. This is just the beginning, and by the time things start happening, God will know how serious we are. So I want to thank you all and encourage you to stay very strong, continue the way you have continued up to this point. So I'm handing over this particular presentation today to the group that is involved and the concerned group, business team and the urban development department. Over to you.
Thank you so much, PM and Papa. We bless you. Thank you so much for the introduction. So we're going to kick off this evening with the urban development team. They will give you, again, just a quick summary of what Ebube is going to be once we have Biafra. So essentially, the bulk of today is to encourage every one of you to invest in the land of your birth. We're talking about Biafra. This is the reality. We want you all to support us. We want you all to buy something. When you invest in Biafra, it's a hope to everybody that we're nearly there. So I'm going to invite Reverend the urban development team to please kick off and do their bit. Then we can talk specifically about the properties. Is Reverend Anene ready? Reverend, are you ready? Yes. Please take the mic. Mute yourself, please.
I believe you all have
mute yourself, please.
I believe you all have co-hosts, the technical team. So you can mute and unmute at impulse. COS, please co-host Reverend Ebenezer. So you can mute and unmute at impulse.
Okay.
Madam Bridget, who else is in the team so that we co-host all of them so they can mute and unmute at impulse and do what they have to do? We can't hear you.
All right, so Jenny is the team. So Jenny will be making a presentation.
COS, please co-host Jenny.
Okay. What is this? I don't know what is this.
Who else?
So there's Jenny, sorry, I was just struggling. So there's Benny. There's Benny. There's also Bridget.
Can they please
and then
raise
there are
their
other
hands?
teams.
Can they please raise their hands so that our COS can...
All right. Can you all raise your hands, please, so that you know who you are? And then Dr. Ngozi is also a member, please.
Reverend, you can unmute yourself. You're the co-host right now. Your mic is muted. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right, Reverend, unmute with the command. Unmute with the command on the screen.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate all of you here today. It's going to be a very quick presentation. We are here, the urban development or urban continuous development, because we are there for the whole country. Set a standard, establish a standard, establish a contingency, establish a way that everyone will be uniform in all they have. So if you buy in, you will buy because we are different from other nations within the country. So I'm going to show you what we have in our concept for Ebube, so you know what you buy in or what will be engaged in. I hope our screen I can help. Okay. Open up the screen, please, so that I'll be able to show this.
Open.
Okay. Okay, this is what we have. This is a sample of what we'll be doing in Ebube, and it's called
Ebube, not Ebube.
Ebube, sorry. that was my mistake. Ebube the community is Rema community, and we will use that as an example for what we'll be doing. Ebube will be one of the greatest cities in Africa. I guarantee you that. Look at this, what we have in residential development.
Hold on, Reverend. We can't see the screen. Who is to display the screen? We can't see the screen. We can't see the screen. It's not shared. So check who is supposed to share the screen.
Okay. Right, let me go back. Okay. Okay, let me try one more time because the screen seems to be showing open here. You see it now?
Hold on. Dr. Ngozi, please co-host Ebenezer, and then that's why his screen is not coming. Co-host him, please. Dr. Ngozi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. He's a co-host.
Can you see?
He's not showing as a co-host here. I can't see him as a co-host. All right now. Okay, you can share it now. You're now.
Okay, you can see it. Okay, Rema community is going to be one of the new development for.
Try to share it again. It's not coming out. Try to share it. It's not coming out.
Can you see the Rema community?
No.
Yeah, let me back up. Back up again.
Click on share screen on the Zoom. Then you project your screen of your laptop.
Or can you send it to any of the personnel?
Okay, share screen. It says okay, host only. Yes. You see now?
It's coming out.
It's coming out.
It's gone again.
As a co-host, your screen should be shared.
Come on, and it went over again. I don't know.
Okay, let me try one more.
And someone who is not in your team tried to share a screen, so I blocked the person. Someone who is not in your team tried to share a screen, and I blocked the person. So please, try to share it.
Nadia, are you trying to share something?
Oh, I'm not sure.
It's only co-host that can share a screen. If you're not a co-host, you can't share a screen. So Reverend, try again. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. All right.
It's there.
Okay. Okay, one more time. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, minimize the other tabs that are open. Yeah, minimize those ones so the other one can be enlarged.
Okay, I'm trying to.
No, use the minus sign. The minus sign to minimize.
Find the minus.
The minus. The one to the left.
Oh.
Up there, up.
One to the
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what we have. Residential development, single family, multifamily, recreational facilities, and sewer system, which we don't have in BIAFRA land as we speak. We have energy and power stations. We're going to talk about this very briefly. So I want us to see what we're going to be doing, who will be involved in this. These are for communities, commercial and educational and industrial. All this will be part of our Ebube community. It's going to be one of the best. This is what you see. Some of the properties that has been divided will be divided up once we start BIAFRA. We're going to pick up some properties of this nature, develop the areas, divide the land, and people will buy the properties for their homes. And then we'll move forward to the other things. Have homes that one can buy and build. You have the opportunity to look at some of these homes. Bedroom, 3-bedroom houses. They are typical. You don't have to buy this, but you have an opportunity to have a property to build similar building. It will be a standard for everyone to build. I hope I'm not talking too loud. So
Okay.
now on this is a typical street in Ebube. Typical street in Ebube that when once it's developed, you will not have dust in the city. We have grass, concrete, and asphalt or tile floors. And homes will be beautiful all year round. Now, these are communities, apartment complexes, multi-family. Type 1, you could buy any one of these units. These are the design of each unit. Unit A, 1 bedroom. Unit B, 1 bedroom. Unit C, Unit C, 1 bedroom. Unit CB, C2, 1 bedroom. We have 2 bedrooms. You could add that to it, 3-bedroom homes, apartment complexes, and that's for those that want to buy. It is good to buy. Look at a typical master plan of an apartment complex. Gated apartment complex. No one can just come in there and do whatever they want. You have a ticket, or you have a number. You go in, you push your number, you drive in, and you park inside. There will be no stealing of vehicles because we have over here, you have a police or security guard to make sure that the right people get into the property. Some apartment units with different housing plans, unit A, B, C, D, E, and on. This is a master plan of also an area with a swimming area where people can sit and enjoy themselves. other master plan showing new different types of apartment complexes. We have several of them, but we're just showing you just 2 of them. Okay, having seen this, I want us to go to other things that will help us understand what we do as Ebube city. 1 minute, I'll pull it up in a minute. Okay. Over here, you have other programs. This is considered, if I could get to it. This is master plan. I hope you can see that. Master plan that indicates different types of master plans for areas. Master plan, plan committee 1. You see this? It's a plan 2. Master plan 3 and 4. Master plan 5. One can take one of these and develop an area. And that's what we're going to be doing in Ebube and other parts of the country. Some states might purchase this. Okay, I'm going to let 2 of my guys look at some of these things and describe them. The energy and agriculture that we will give to them for Ebube city and infrastructure. Dozier, can you pick up from here?
Okay. Good evening from here. Can everyone hear me? Okay. I would also love to share my screen.
Please stop sharing. Reverend.
What do I do? Okay, stop sharing. I'm stop. All right. Make it quick.
All right, I'm coming. It's like someone is sharing. Okay, can you all see?
Share it again. I remove your picture.
Hold on. We need to give the person that wants to share a co-host, please.
Let his picture, because it starts with his picture, then everything else will come in.
Tonkosi co-host Chidozie, please. Because we are trying to avoid miscreant from sharing anything anyhow.
Already co-hosted this. Chidozie.
Okay. Chidozie, you can share it now.
As a co-host.
Okay, good evening from here. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well.
Okay, can you also see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, under the urban development, we have looked into some critical parts that we need to start up with in Biafra Republic. And when it comes to infrastructure, I think my screen is gone again. Can you still see my screen? Or I should go ahead.
No, your screen is gone. Share it again.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Under the urban development, we are going to be looking at some critical aspects of infrastructure, and we've itemized them into 5 sections.
Just go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, the erosion, we're going to be looking at the erosion, we're going to be looking at the construction codes, we're going to be looking at how to get potable water for our people. We're going to be looking at how we are going to, just as the Minister of Urban Development have said, we're going to install sewage system that we've never had in the eastern part of Nigeria. And finally, we are equally going to be looking at the zoning aspects. So when we talk of the erosion part, erosion has really, or will I say, we really experienced a whole lot of erosion in the eastern part of Nigeria because we have huge, will I say, huge amount of rainfall, which leads to a lot of gully erosions at different states in the country, in the eastern part of Nigeria, that over the years has never been taken care of. So we are going to look at the causes of this erosion, which are rainfall, deforestation. That's, you see people cutting down trees, you see people taking out grasses from the ground, you see people burning bushes. We sometimes even construction activities lead to some of these erosions that we see, and farming system that we are not even aware of. You get, so these are some of the factors we are going to look into, and we equally prefer solutions to them. We're going to advise farmers on the best farming system to undertake. We are going to go into serious afforestation, planting trees, making sure that people don't cut down trees, and those places, those areas where we already experience gully erosions, we're going to plant trees there permanently for a certain period of time, so that those places can equally come back to normal. Then we we also look at the construction codes. These construction codes include the building codes, anything that has to do with infrastructure. These codes are like regulations that we are going to put in place so that we'll be able to regulate how people erect their buildings, the quality of the materials they use in construction, whether it is a building structure, bridges, roads, or whatever kind of buildings. So we are going to create regulations that is going to guide this, so that when someone defaults, the government will have to come in and the law will have to take its place to checkmate some of these things, so that we can avoid building collapse, fire inferno, unnecessary fire inferno, and all sorts of things, or people building on where they are not supposed to build, maybe on waterways and all of that. Then on the aspect of the potable water, we've looked into how we can get water, like in the BIAFRA, in the eastern part of Nigeria, it's termed as a rainforest region. So this place, we are blessed with abundance of rainfall, abundance of water. So some of this water will be collected and sent into a treatment plant that would purify them, and we are going to store them and equally send it back to homes. So in what we are looking at, there won't be any form of maybe cholera or some of these things that we experience here in Nigeria. So we are really looking to this aspect, and in order to make water readily available, potable water readily available to the people. Then the sewage plants we're going to implement it from the new layouts. Then while we implement this from the new layouts, we move them gradually into the already built environment. So this sewage system is also going to have a treatment plant, so that from your house, all the waste products, both from the kitchen, from the toilets, is going to be channeled underground, straight down to the treatment plants through these sewer tunnels, straight to the treatment plant, where it is going to be treated and discharged into the river or into the sea. Or it can equally be treated and stored into a tank and taken back to our homes, a form of recycle. So this sewage treatment plants can equally, the byproducts can also be used for so many things, maybe like fertilizers and all of that. So some of these waste products are not going to be just waste. We are going to bring in a form of system that will need to recycle some of our products and reuse them. Then lastly, we talk about the zoning, which our urban minister has spelled out a little bit. Zoning has to do with showing people what should be used at a particular land location, what you should build here and what you should not build here. And in the zoning, we have the residential layout, we have the commercial layout, and we have the infrastructure. We have the industrial layout. The residential layout has to do with where people live, where people reside. While the commercial areas are where people do business, markets, plazas, even what they call a warehouse. These are the commercial areas. So we are going to separate these areas, and you can't come into the zone, the residential area, and build something that has to do with the commercial side. So this, all this is equally going to the construction codes or the building code will equally help to regulate these zoning aspects. Then the industrial layout has to do with places like where manufacturing takes place. So these are, when it comes to infrastructure, these are the 5 key things that we are looking at, and we intend to, start up immediately once we are set to move into our new nation. So thank you.
Brgie, very quickly, please.
Good evening, dear friends. Good evening, my Prime Minister, and everyone. I remain Naji Samuel from Enugu State of BIAFRA. Today, we'll be looking at how we can generate power, because we looked at power is very vital and paramount. Immediately, BIAFRA is restored. And we have sat down as a team.
Naji, do you have a screen to share? Do you have a screen to share?
Oh, no.
Okay.
So as a team, we have sat down to look at the power system that will be more gainful to us. So we've been able to sit down and we highlighted some among others. The first one is the gas power system. We looked at the island is blessed with gas. So as fast as possible, we will ensure that the gas power system is installed in Biafra in order to recoup the deficiency that might arise as a result of getting away from Nigeria. Apart from using the gas system, another one we'll be using to recoup it is we'll be looking at the incinerator. It's another means that we can use to support this power system. It's means of burning a waste. When you burn this waste, it has some kind of mechanical component in it. It has a turbine. So when you burn it, use it to generate light while the trash are being taken care of. So we'll also be using it to support our power. Then thirdly, the next one we'll be looking at is looking at the hydro system. Also look at the hydro system. In Biafra land, we'll have water. So hydro system will come in place. We'll also be using hydropower, the solar power, and many others. There is code. But as a matter of urgent, we'll be focusing on the gas, the incinerator, then the hydro system, while other powers can be adding up to the grid. Then The second thing I want to talk about is agriculture. Agriculture is very paramount because immediately we break out, people will need to eat food. So we'll be able to look at this as the things that we should look at as our priority first. In the first 3-4 months before we start having our own produce, we'll look at how do we get food. And I've sat down and said, okay, what we were going to do is that we're going to go into mechanized farming. This mechanized farming will go a long way in order to recoup the effect or deficiency of food in Biafra land. So we are going to establish what we call farm settlement. This farm settlement will get a long way where the farmers are going to be staying using our location or coding system to ensure that it's properly managed. And apart from that, we're going to be looking at irrigation system. We are not going to continue on normal routine of rainy season. We're going to go into irrigation to ensure that we have abundant food. Then also, we will be training and retraining our people to ensure that most youths are being encouraged then to come into agriculture. Then we can have enough food for we Biafrans, then definitely export. These are the basic things that we want to do. As soon as Biafra comes in, that will be in place. Thank you.
Reverend Ebenezer, you're muted. You're speaking, but you're muted. We can't hear you.
Okay, thank you all so much for listening to our urban development programs. One thing that I want to mention is the fact that the food issue, we cannot buy food from northern Nigeria once Biafra leaves, because they can always do anything with the food they provide to us. So we buy from other places while we start planning how to develop ours and support food system in Biafra land. Thank you all so much for the time. I hope we didn't take too much of your time. May God bless Biafra, especially our Prime Minister. Continue to protect him in the mighty name of Jesus.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Madam Chair, please.
Thank you so much, everybody. I think you've seen the taste of what Biafra is going to be. So what we're going to do now is to present the property we've been working on. Can that be projected, please, Jenny?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Can you project the picture, please? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So while Jenny is getting the presentation done, everything you have heard so far from the urban development is what underpins what we're going to say at the moment. All of these properties you see can only be built when the sewage system is sorted, when the erosion has been done, when there's a construction regulation, when the quality of the building is regulated, when there are treatment plants within Biafra land, where cholera and all waterborne diseases are gone, where we need to do so much. Everything the team has said will need to be embedded before we start. Now, the objective of the business team is for us to encourage all of you to invest now in Biafra. We want to sell these properties off plan. That means we want to sell them now, today, tomorrow. And we encourage all of you to invest in Biafra. This is the reality. We need the money at the moment to be able to do what we do and begin to prepare. Now, these are highly subsidized properties. So if you invested into a studio, so you can see the building. So the very first one at the top, we hope to build about 100 units in there. It will be a combination of studio, There will be 1-bedroom flats, there will be 2-bedroom flats, and there will be 3-bedroom flats within each building. So at the moment, you can see 2 different buildings. So within each of those, that is what we want. So if you want to invest in a studio, there is a telephone number there. You can actually call us now, and we can take your details and start the process. If you prefer a 1-bedroom, please do that. You can either call us or you can email us. 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. In addition to that, we have what we call box single houses. And again, there is a picture of that. So if you're interested in the box house, now the difference is like the studio, the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom, the 3-bedroom are part of a block of building. So it's like a lease property. But if you wanted a property on your own land, then you need to invest in the 5-bedroom box single home. That is 100,000. So a studio will cost you $25,000. Again, this is highly subsidized. On the day that Biafra will come, all of this property will be worth their weight in diamond. So we encourage all of you to think about this, to invest now. We do need the money now to do what we do in Biafra. And it will also show us that we are all excited and everybody believes in what we're doing. So we encourage everybody to think about this, to invest. The studio is 25,000. The 1-bedroom is 35,000. The 2 bedrooms, $45,000. And then the 3 bedrooms is 55,000. All of those properties are housed within these 2 example properties we've shown you. Now, Reverend has gone through the urban development. Is gone through the map. So that's the master plan. So within that master plan is where these properties are going to be built. But we want to sell them off plan, because by the time we build this, everything that the urban development department has spoken about will be in there. But when you invest in this, we'll give you the certificates, we will maintain it, we will honor it when Biafra is actualized. Now, in addition to the properties, we also want you to immortalize your family name. We want you to have a legacy in what we do. And so we have streets, we have lanes, we have crescents, we have drive, we have avenues, and we have boulevard. Of course, some of these names are very American, but there's nothing wrong with us introducing them into Biafra land. And so if you wanted any of this, please let us know. Again, the process is the same. We will sell it to you, it to be certified. And then when Biafra comes and we lay the whole foundation, we'll give you a property that is same as in any first world country. And then your family name will be immortalized forever, either on the street you purchase, or on the lane you purchase, or on the crescent. Now, at the moment, we are building this within the Ebube GRA. However, we plan to duplicate this within each state of Biafra. So you might decide to invest in Ebube, or you might decide to invest within the GRA of your own state. But whichever way, we are all Biafrans, and we're here to support the project and make sure that it works. So we have our email address there, which is the business team at Biafra Republic Government.org. And there's also a telephone number that is monitored. So if you prefer to do that, do call us. But we need you to invest now. We are looking for you to buy these properties off plan. So we're not going to wait until Biafra comes to sell this. We need to sell this and use the money to do what we do at the moment. So the business team are here to encourage all of you. We know that times are hard and things are hard. However, this is the heart of Biafra. This is what it's all about. This is, this is part of the Europe we all live in. This is part of the America. So what you see where you live, if you're abroad, is what we're trying to recreate in Biafra. And we need every one of you to support us in whichever way you can. If you can afford the street, please let us know. If you can afford a 1-bedroom flat, please let us know. Whatever you want, we are here to support the actualization of Biafra. So I'm going to invite Jenny to now talk about the process, and then we will wait and take questions from you to make sure that what we're saying is understood. The last time we came, people were asking questions relating to building something for the less privileged, building something for the unsung heroes, building something for those that have struggled for Biafra, even those that are at home at the moment, that are working, that are fighting, that are taking the bullets on behalf of Biafra. All of those will be done when Biafra is actualized. What we are doing now is to raise some money to do what we do. And so all the other ideas that people want to speak about will come in time. When the time comes, all of those things will be actualized. But at the moment, we want to sell these properties. We want to beg all of you, invest in your belief, invest in the land of your birth, immortalize your father's name, immortalize what you want to do within this. That shows the heart of what we do. So Jenny, can you take over, please? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I will stop sharing. So good afternoon to all of the 140 participants here. So by the way, a brief introduction about myself. My name is Janine Candol. I'm actually from the Philippines, all the way from the Philippines. And I was hired, I was part of the business team, and my task is to draft legal documents. So now I will be sharing to you the process flow of how the purchase works. So I will be sharing my screen. Okay. Here. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the purchase process flow chart. So I just create a simple flow chart for everyone to see. And here, the step one is we have prospective buyers who want to purchase an off-plan property in Biafra. So you saw the flyers earlier. There are amounts or figures for each property. So you have to reach out to the business team through email or phone. So here's the email, business@biafrarepublic.gov.ph, and the phone number is also there. And the step two is the business team will prepare the application form. So we have the application form already ready for you to be filled out by those prospective buyers. And by the way, just a note, if you are planning to purchase a property, please include at least 2 next of kin in the application form. So if something happened unexpected in the future, God forbid, so we can reach out to your next of kin and the purchase transaction will still continue. So that's the step 2. And the step 3 is after you submit the application form, the business team will be reviewing that application. And once it is approved, the business team will contact you guys, the prospective buyer, in negotiating a formal purchase agreement. So we also prepare a formal purchase agreement to you, and then you have to fill that out, including you have also to choose the payment options or the payment terms. So I have here an excerpt from the purchase agreement. So I just copy the payment terms here. So this is the payment terms. So you have to make an initial deposit of 50% of the sales value of the property. So you saw the sales value buyers earlier. So you have to deposit 50%, or if you have the money upfront, you can actually pay the full amount, the full price upfront rather. And then if you choose the 50%, then the remaining 50% is payable within 1 year from the execution of the transaction. So say you execute today, so 1 year from today, you have to pay for the 50%. So you can pay 25% shall be paid within 1 month to 6 months, and then the next 25% shall be paid within 6 months to 1 year. All right, and then you can also pay, if you opt to pay the 50% remaining in full, then you can also do that. So it's up to you if you will pay the remaining 50% all at once. So that's the payment terms. This, you will see this in the purchase agreement. It's like the whole agreement there. And then the last step is, upon the completion of the payment, the buyer shall be issued a certificate of title under his name or the subject property. So you will be given a certificate of title, and when BIAFRA comes, then you will have the physical possession of your property. So that's it for me. So we encourage everyone to invest, because no, this is not just investment to yourself, but you are helping BIAFRA, raise funds for its liberation. So you can contact this phone number here, email. Please contact us if you are interested, and we will cater to your needs. And that's it for me.
Right. Thank you so much, Jenny. Can I just correct the email address? Is businessteam@biafra republicgovernment.org. Is .org, please. That is
.org. Okay.
Yeah, please.
So
yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
.org. So I'm sorry, again, it's businessteam@biafra republicgov.org. So I'll send this, or I'll copy this in the chat box. I give the floor to
yes, sorry, I just realized. Can you put back the summary property, the flyer that I presented, so that in case there are questions, then we can, they can ask questions on that, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, while that is being done, can I just make some additions to what Madam Chair has just said? I want to tell Biafrans that this project, as it was being conceived, prestige and honor was taken into account. It's a place that once you buy it, you will feel that pride to belong to that particular project. Because it is being all the amenities as the urban development team has told you and shown you has been taken into account, and you find out that you are buying something that you can keep and that will be that will be for posterity's sake. So I encourage everyone to buy this property, because it's going to be something that, in fact, will be named as heroes, to remember that you actually contributed a lot to this liberation struggle. And you are also buying it at below market rate because it's being sold off plan.
Thank you so much. That's one of our business. Cannot that members of the business team comment? Victor, do you want to say something, please? Victor there? Can I ask Madam Bridget to say something, please, if she's on? Everybody hear me? Am I talking to myself?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, is Victor with us?
I don't know if he's muted or something, but I know I saw him.
Right. What about Bridget?
How many Bridget?
All right. Dr. Ngozi, do you want to say something before we wrap up and open the floor for questions, please?
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I think everything has been covered. Thank you, Attorney Jenny, for that wonderful presentation, and Benny. Again, this property is up for sale. Actually, we've started selling some of those properties, and we thank all the BIAFRANs that have declared their interest. I know we've received interest in the studios. We've received interest in the one-bedrooms and in the single homes. I think the 5-bedroom box single homes that goes for $100,000. We've already received a couple of interests in those homes because I think those ones are a little bit limited. And then on the streets, we've had interest on the Boulevard and a couple of streets. So we thank BIAFRANs that are declaring their interest. These homes are not much, they will go so quickly. And what I will encourage all BIAFRANs is to contribute. While you are contributing towards our restoration, to help the Biafra government in exile have all the resources they need. You're also getting something for that. So that's all I have to say before we start taking our questions. If there are any questions and concerns, like Attorney Jenny has said, the phone numbers are there to reach out, the emails are there, and others have declared interest. We have your numbers. Somebody's going to reach out to you within the next 48 to 72 hours. And the contracts are ready. Jenny, I don't know if you talked about the application briefly, or that's something that will just go to the individuals that declare the interest, Madam Chair. Thank you so much, dear friends, for this wonderful opportunity.
We'll welcome any questions, please. And then when our other two members join, they might have one or two things to say. But while we're waiting for them, please, if you have questions, we'll be honored to take them.
Would they be able to talk while we're on live? Sunny?
Yeah.
A couple of hands that are up. Sunny, if you want to.
Okay, let's see the people that have their hands up so that we can bring them up. We have Mazi Victor's hand is up. Mazi Victor, grab the mic, please. Mazi Victor, grab the mic. Okay.
Thank you so much. I was muted by the center. Both my camera and my microphone was muted. That's why I couldn't respond. This is a great opportunity for you guys. And the engineer himself is responsible for this project, has labored to produce this. He's a world-class engineer. And you need to see the CV of his activities abroad. Know what I'm talking about? But this is not zoo standard we are bringing to you. And as our chairlady said, that whatever you see, wherever you are in a civilized world, that is what we are bringing to Biafra. The cream on the cake is that you are buying a subsidized property. Subsidized property. As soon as Biafra is announced, believe you me, properties will skyrocket in prices and in value. And above all, you have helped the struggle. You have helped our Prime Minister, who has been laboring day and night, get us to where we are. From the updates we are getting from our activities, it is only a blind person, a dumb person, a deaf person that does not know that Biafra is round the corner. It's a gift from our PM, the support of this cause. And it's one that needs to be grabbed. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Madam Chair, I'm just trying to monitor the chat and see. We have Brenda Chinoso that have declared interest in the one-bedroom apartment. Brenda, if you can call the phone number that is listed here, somebody is going to attend to you, please. Thank you. Go ahead, Madam Chair.
Right. So is our team member Bridget on? Bridget here? All right, okay. If she's not able to respond, we're going to open the floor. Please, if anybody has any question, points of clarification, what to do, please, this is an opportunity. We will deal with it both at this meeting and outside this meeting. We will respond to your emails. If you have any email questions, we will also respond to your telephone calls if you prefer to call us. Whichever way, we are here to support you to actualize the sale of these properties. And of course, if you know any billionaire who wants to buy everything at the same time, we will be absolutely honored to sell it all to them. So the floor is open. Please, if you have any questions, we'll be willing to take it.
A couple of hands up. Sonny, can you go ahead, please?
Okay. The next person, Theodore's iPhone, unmute yourself. Theodore's iPhone.
Can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay. Mine is not actually on the immediate payment for the properties. I want to ask questions on the energy mix that will actually power the whole housing. Is there a priority listing? How are we going to do it in this Ebube? Is it going to be entirely hydro or gas? Which one is do you place priority? I'm concerned about the energy system around that.
Reverend, can you go ahead? Just maybe 1 minute, because we want to go ahead.
Or can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, thanks for the question. Like I stated earlier, our priority remains the power system. We have sufficient gas in Biafra land to power everywhere, not just everywhere. Whole Biafra land. And we'll also be looking at hydro system too, the hydro water system. That will be considered too. And like if you listen attentively, I talked about incinerator. It's another means of generating the power. And also we'll be looking into the solar power generation too. So we will bring in all these sources of powers to ensure that we don't have a break in terms of power system in Biafra land. Is your question answered?
Okay, yeah. Partially. Anyway, I can take it from that. But okay, let's assume the power system is sufficient and it can for any other layouts we have, and be able to stand out BIAFRA housing system better than the zoo system anywhere, anytime, any day, which is a great achievement as well. I mean,
All right, thank you so much. Sunny, just 2 minutes, so we'll round up. Go ahead, Sunny. For the
Okay.
people that their hands are up, please.
All right, next person. King Achuba. Kings Achuba, unmute yourself, please.
Hello, brothers.
There we go.
Do you hear me?
Very well.
Yes.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I greet all reference. I greet you, Prime Minister, those that are helping us. Greet everybody. My point is towards is a kind of a suggestion because of I'm thinking about sanitation. While all these are built, how the sanitation around the areas is going to take place. Like, you know, in our home, you see all these, you know, we usually drink cans of water, you know, they throw it on the gutter. All these things are blocking the drainage. The way they throw everything around, making the environment dirty. So that is why I'm saying this now, for to know how we can project that sanitation issue. I can volunteer myself for that, but that sanitation issue, you know, it will open the drainages. You know, all the I know you people know what I'm talking about. You hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just Reverend Chidozie, can you address that?
Yes, let me attend to him.
Hold on. Another one is the street name. The street name, I didn't see the price of the street name. The street name. I didn't
price
see the
is
price.
right. The price is there. So if you look, you're gonna see the prices. They are right there. Look at the flyer we have displayed. The
Okay.
prices of everything is there. Chidozie, please go ahead. 1 minute.
Okay.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. If you followed our initial presentation, that's before this, we talked about how we can keep BIAFRA neat.
Yes.
We've actually make it a priority that after we've built all these good things, good structures and everything, there is a need to have proper sanitation, in which you that every state, every going to have what we call trash cans. Then we'll also have trucks. What this truck does is that they will be going into our markets, the streets, at most 2-3 times in a week to pick up this trash. Then we also projected what we call, I talked about incinerator initially, if you listen. That incinerator, it has the ability to burn the trashes. So we will pick all this dirty from everywhere in Biafra land. In every state, we're going to have so many plants of incinerators. And what the incinerator does is to burn all the dirt, all the trash collected from the house, from the industrial area, everywhere, everything will move to that place. We'll trash them. After burning them, like I said, we'll burn them, use it to generate power, then we'll use some of the remnants for our construction purposes. So we are set for that. I promise you, Biafra will be heaven on earth.
Lord in it. Yeah.
Let me add to that. Let me add to that. As we do this, once Biafra comes, the first stage of our identification of a new country is the fact that we will clean up every part of Biafra land. And all the trash that I picked up will go to the incinerator. The incinerator then will burn them, generate energy, then we use the byproducts. Now, we have to have areas or sections of each city, each street, where we'll place some containers where people will come and dump their stuff. There will be a regulation or laws to avoid people from dropping stuff anyhow.
Yes, that's my point.
Dropping stuff. So these are the cleanliness we want for the country, and every city will have to abide by it. The new neighborhoods will be different, but we'll come back to the cities, and these open gutters will convert them to closed water drainage system.
Yes.
And cover all the holes. So you can't be dropping stuff inside a hole, because there will not be one for you to drop anything in. This is what we have to be.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next question.
All right.
Sunny.
Okay, we go to Nenna. Nenna, unmute yourself, please. Nenna, unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for all your presentations. That was excellent. But I have a few questions for Jenny and Do. Jenny, first and foremost, really don't know who you are. You didn't introduce yourself to us. I know you say you're from Philippines. That's all I heard about you. So I don't know your expertise in terms of what you are going to do for Biafra. Have you done it with any country or any nation before? So that question I would like you to answer. Number two, let me ask them quickly so you can answer them. Number two question is, you said after you make an initial deposit, and then after 1 year, you can pay off the balance. But my question is, within this 1 year, will the house be ready, or you just pay whether the house is ready or not? And the final question is on, if I am ready to buy 1 bedroom today, and I had agreement with you for 1 bedroom, or maybe studio unit, or 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, if something happened, if I want to upgrade my purchase from 1 bedroom to 5 bedroom, can I do it smoothly, or it will be that no, you can't do it, you finish paying for the 1 bedroom, then you can continue buying the 5 bedrooms? Thank you. Those are the 3 questions I want you to answer. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that question, ma'am. Okay, so yeah, I'm from the Philippines, and if you're asking if I have expertise, yes, I am a lawyer here in the Philippines. I've been working on some real estate properties. I've been drafting documents here, such as like the deed of sale, deed of transfer. So I think it's just the same, you know, the concept for purchase transfer for each like countries are just the same. So what I learned here, I applied in BIAFRA, but before that I actually asked the team if they approve the document, and also the Prime Minister himself. So it has been approved. And then, yeah, I'm a certified lawyer here, ma'am. And then also your next question is, I think the Madam Chair can answer to that. Like if you want to purchase now for a bedroom, like
Yes,
and then
Jenny,
you
Jenny,
want to change it.
Can I answer that? Thank you so much, Jenny, for answering that. Okay, one of the question was, if you pay now, will the property be built or be available next year? No. As we have said, we're selling this off plan. And once it's sold off plan, we have the money to do what we do. So part of what we do now is raising the money, but giving you is like me approaching you and say, can you give us 20,000? But what we're doing now is to say that your 20,000 represent a studio plus. So if you give me 25,000, you get a studio. Now, everything with the urban development department I've said must happen. We must have a drainage system. We must have a structured property. We must have a way of building house. Everything needs to be certified. We must lay that foundation so that we don't continue in the way we live at the moment within the Biafra land. So everything will need to be embedded before the properties are built. So when they are built, they'll be comparable to a property in the Western world. But we cannot do that in the current state of Biafra. So when you pay, you get your certificate. We're selling this off plan. But by the grace of God, when Biafra comes, you will, once we've done everything we need to do, the properties will be built within a year or so, and your property will be available. Now, if you paid for one bedroom now, and then when Biafra comes, maybe 2 years, 3 years, whenever we're ready, and you now change your mind to buy a different property, then it depends on the value at that day. But if today you want to buy both properties, you are welcome to that. So it all depends on when you decide to upgrade. If you're upgrading when Biafra has come and the 5-bedroom now costs $500,000, maybe that will be the price at that time. I don't know whether Dr. Ngozo wants to add to what I've explained.
Yeah.
Or indeed, Reverend, anybody can add to that.
I think you covered it all. It is sold off plan, and that question is if we pay today and Biafra does not come, and if Biafra comes tomorrow or next year and all that, but the processes are there, have been highlighted, and it is something that once the payment is made, finally, like if you declare an interest right now and you put down the 50%, and then within 1 year you complete that, you get a final a title, like Jane has explained. And the protocols that Madam Chair has explained has to be accomplished before you take possession of these apartments. But it is all what we're doing to make sure that Biafra comes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We must continue. We go to the next person. Oganero Biafra, unmute yourself, please. Oganero Biafra, you have the mic.
Hello.
There we
My fellow Biafrans, good evening from here. My name is Oganero Biafra. I have been listening to all the wonderful things that we have mentioned. And I would like to ask some few questions because it pertains to general concerns. And I'm also an engineer, practical and theory. So number one, you said that I believe that Biafra, as I've been following all over the years, is going to be Republican. Now, the land that is called this Ebube, I want to ask. Okay, Ebube. I mean, yeah, Ebube. So this this place called Ebube, is it going to be in every state or in a particular state? Number one. Number two, how do you obtain this land? When Biafra come, is there going to be a communal land or individual, just like as people owns land in the villages today, or all the land are going to belong to government? If all the land belong to individual, how do you obtain this land to build this estate? Number 3, and you said that when you are going to start building this thing, are you going to start building the roads, the drainages, and the kind of drainages? Are you talking about gutter, just like we have today? Or are you going to build it to the standard of the international community like US? You can have a very big gutter, understand, that can be like a height of 1-story building underground, and all the main road, you cannot see water on the road. You will just have a little hole where all those water connect. So, as you bring this, I could not zoom this picture actually to know the actual thing you are proposing, because I believe we have a lot of things to do on the ground. Number 3, what kind of currency, now that we are now having a new phase of superpower that are coming on board, like the BRICS, are we going to continue to propose the dollar when we know that there is another currency that is coming that is going to be used like a gold currency? I mean, so what are we proposing on our currency? So in fact, there are a lot of questions on my mind, but let us just talk about this. How do you obtain this land to build this estate?
Okay,
Number
we
2,
heard your question.
The drainages, the drainages, how is it going to be built so that we will not have, like I'm from Enugu State precisely, we don't have all those, all what Imo State are experiencing, just like all those volcanic, erosion and so on. Understand?
All right, thank you so much.
Now,
we've heard your questions.
Number 4, what is your plan about electricity? Are you thinking about we are only going to run our electricity only through gas? How about the one our Prime Minister has proposed early before? He's talking about waste energy before we can talk about nuclear energy. So now, with what you have said, is this different from what our Prime Minister have already said? So I want you please to address it properly.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We heard your question. I'll just address 1 or 2 of them, and then Reverend, the Urban and Housing Minister, will address the rest. As far as the kind of currency, I think you may need to wait until there's a presentation for the currency. The PM should be able to answer that. I mean, because this presentation is not about currency. The second one is the Ebube everywhere. If you listen to the presentation, there's a replication of this Ebube in all the 32 states in Biafra land. So that, I believe, answers the question on that. How do you obtain the land? When Biafra comes, and once we get home, I think the government has power over certain lands. Nobody is going to take anybody's land, but as a government, there is a very, very high area that the government can use to work on this, build this property, the GRA. The last question, Reverend, I want to address that, the roads. He asked a question about the roads, and then I know that the people that are doing this presentation, especially the Urban and Housing Ministry, these are professionals in their own field that do major constructions in different parts of both in diaspora and at home. But I will allow our Reverend to answer your question just on the roads. 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
On the roads, what I'm not understanding, but all I'm saying, to the roads, we have to build the roads. Now, on new properties, on new subdivisions, we have to do underground drainage system. On the existing cities, we will begin to implement underground drainage system 1 area at a time until we get the whole city done. All the water that comes from the drainage system will go to a certain area, which we talked about. We collect that water. If you look at the plan, the master plan that is the computer, it shows you where some water are. That water is collected. It collects all the drainage system that comes to it. And then we can use that for drinking water by treating it by running through a system. Now, every trash we pick up from the old system, from all the old cities that will convert into underground drainage, we'll take that to the incinerators. Incinerators will continue every year because we have trash every year. That's a source of energy, not just the gas. So these are the things that will go on in Biafra land. One more thing is, every property that you buy, as soon as Biafra comes, the value will go up at least 30%. So it's an incentive for you to engage in purchasing of these properties or homes or apartments, whichever one you want to get. So I don't know if that answers your question. The drainage system will be taken care of underground. That will happen in all the cities as we go forward.
Thank you so much, Sonny. Go ahead, next person.
Yeah. Obuneme Chooks. Obuneme Chooks, unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, all. This is Obuneme Chooks. Sorry, it's not a question, but a kind of response to encourage us. Remember that whatever you are protecting, because it's under government supervision and management, there's something that usually goes with property that's handled by the government, like CFO. You know, in this present context, the Zuland, you know what it takes to get CFO where you buy a property or a land in an urban location. So buying it directly from the government now, even at this point, we make it so easy. Probably as we are getting it, probably the CFO is coming directly with it. So this one aspect that where you consider you have to be encouraged and be moved to make your purchase, to initiate your purchase right now. I want to add that the government, the BIAFRA government already planned for these things. The people that will be doing this are civil engineers. Remember that whatever you are buying, like for this year, the first-hand grade. So the land sector, everything, the topology, the air and breathe, whatever that has to do with it will be considered when building. So the rest assured that all these things have been considered and you will get but more than what you even expect.
Thank you so much. Sonny, go ahead.
Thank you. Bridget's iPad. Bridget's iPad, unmute yourself. Bridget's iPad.
Hello, this is Bridget. Bridget O. I'm a member of the business team. I've been reading and also my video. That's why I couldn't talk when our Bridget chair was calling me, so I can hear everything that is going on. I really like the presentation. We have been working on this for so long, and we are giving Biafra the best deal that you can ever get now. This is mostly, we're doing it as a fundraising. Look at it, like we've been having fundraising every week, or other team has been having theirs. This is to say, this is what we want to pay. We really put into consideration because most of us are in this together. So we want to, especially our PM, we just want to say thank you to Biafra. This is what we do. So you can look forward. You know, it's almost like a payback for, you know, you're doing all this work, giving money, whatever you're giving, we appreciate it. This is now to say, okay, whatever you want to get, so you can have something legacy to go on. Then we can also get that money to help. Right now, we need all the money. You can see what the Biafra, our Biafra army is doing. We need help. We need the money. That's the bottom line. And trust me, we have been working on this for months and months and months. And we live abroad. It's almost like, I remember when it's almost like if you want to buy a new development, if in America, I live in America, you put a down payment, then they give you, then they start developing the place. So, and they give you, they give you a certificate, the same thing. So you might put so much down payment, then they tell you, what will happen. Then you will go there, and then, you don't get that house even in a year or two. So the developer will come, get a place, and then you put down payment, and people are rushing. And a lot of our people, we know these things, especially I live in America, so I know we have bought a house the same way, and then it takes us 2 years. Then after that, it's really, what more? This is our motherland. So I'm begging, it's not like we are begging, but just, if you have any questions, please ask us. So Madam Chair did such a good job. And the development team, they are doing good. Most of us live abroad. We do not have any water unless there's a hurricane. We don't, when the rain is falling, we don't even feel it. So, and that's what we want to do. I was looking at the YouTube the other day from Anambra. Do you think people are falling? People are doing this, people are doing, and then I went to research on, UAE. They were desert. And look at what they built. I remember when they were building all those things. Look at the sky high, what they built. Now everybody's going there, buying a house, doing this, doing that, and now rain is falling there now. Before it was the desert. And we're going to have a rainy season soon. Look at, when I look at some of our streets, when we have a sit-at-home day, I'm sad and I cry. To be honest with you, we really, if we can all say yes today and get this money tomorrow, our PM we will get BIAFRA tomorrow. So please, don't think about anything. We are not here. We've been here, so we know we're not going to cheat anybody. And Jenny, we have interviewed Jenny. We have other people we interviewed before we hired Jenny. So it's not like Jenny just came, we have other people that applied. So Jenny is a well-reputed lawyer. We've been working with her. She's so willing, she's so lovely. And Dr. Ngos, you know how she is. She works 24 hours a day. So this team has been really working. Madam Chia just gave the best presentation. So this is my input. I am telling everybody, invest. You've been donating. This is your reward. I am going to, even if I have to go borrow money, I will try to buy something. So please help so that we can say yes. All the donation we have given, and this is so cheap now. Please. I mean, go to Enugu. I'm married to Enugu. My husband is from Enugu. So go to Enugu. You can get a land for 100,000 most of the places. I remember when I bought a land there, it was so cheap. Now it's 20 years ago. Now it's over 100,000 in Enugu. So what more, BIAFRA? So think about it and invest tomorrow. Even if you have to go get a loan on anything, if you have to mortgage your house, I will do the same thing. Please, let's help to get our people. Because we can't be asking our PM. He can't do miracle. We need, look at how they're coming to invest on every time. We need grants. Thank you. God bless everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bridget. Sonny, the next person.
Nancy Victor Adim, unmute yourself, please. As a Victor on mute, okay.
Thank you very much. Just like Bridget, I've been muted centrally, so that's why I'm having difficulties. I want to respond to the question of power. A lot of work have been done on power, which the Prime Minister have a compendium of reports written about it. And the power is the power we adopt in Biafra land. Whatever combination or whatever it is going to be, it's a policy decision which has to be made by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister Samuel Ekwa. And based on that, we will now develop what kind of power system we want. Now, going on to sanitation, the main reason why we have sanitation in our land is because people just carelessly dispose waste. And somebody spoke earlier on about what our Prime Minister says about, using waste energy. Those waste you find in your marketplaces, those waste you find in your streets, those waste you find in communal areas, we are going to convert them into power. So that will take care of the sanitation. And we have a health department within Biafra Republic government in exile that are working in sanitary, making sanitary decisions all over the world, ensuring that countries all over the world are sanitized. They are part of our government, and they are coming home to continue the good job they are doing abroad. About incineration, Biafra is going to be part of the international community, and we will have our own quota of carbon emission into the atmosphere. And this is why I said, whatever method of energy production we have is going to be a policy decision made by our Prime Minister and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We have abundance of gas. We have abundance of what it takes to give Biafra 24/7 electricity. We have abundance of what it takes to power our industries. But what is missing is sincerity of purpose. And this is why the situation is how it is now in the zoo. Epileptic, NEPA supply. This is because there is no sincerity of purpose. Now you have a group which is coming in with sincerity of purpose. So please, if you can buy to this idea, if you don't trust Master Simon Ekpa by now, if you don't trust our Prime Minister by now, I don't think you will trust any one of us. Because he scrutinized every single one of us to put us where he has put us. He knows what he's doing. Don't look at our face, look at him. He will never disappoint you. And he has never disappointed you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sonny?
Thank you. Biafran Chick. Which one is Biafran Chick? Don't kick me out. Let's go to Ulo Obonna. Ulo Obonna. Ulo, unmute yourself, please. Ulo Obonna, unmute yourself. Ulo Obonna, unmute yourself. Biafran Chick, unmute yourself.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, to Biafrans and the business team, thank you for the presentation. This is super exciting. So I have a couple of questions, or maybe three or four questions, but I can always call or email for any questions that can be answered right now. So I was just wondering, these homes, right? Do we have the floor plans yet for each. And the reason why I ask is because once upon a time we bought, like a new development in Lagos, and it came with nothing in it, right? It was just walls. So cabinets, wardrobe, all that stuff we had to put in it. So do you guys, and that changed the price, right? Basically how much we paid for the structure. So I'm just wondering what we're getting with these homes. Do we have that information now?
Reverend, go ahead, please.
Yes, there are plans, but you have to determine exactly how you want it done. You do have plans for it to match what you picked out of the package.
Okay, so say for example, I pick like a 5-bedroom box home, and I think only the 5 bedrooms are the only ones that come in the box homes, right? Everything else is apartment?
Not just 5 bedrooms. You can have 2-bedroom home. You can have 1-bedroom home. You can have the homes are separate from box homes. Are also close to apartments that are more than regular homes. So either way, whichever one you're going to pick, we'll go for it.
Okay. Yeah, Reverend, I think she was talking about specifically for the Ebube GRA.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's just that. It's just
it is.
box. Yeah.
Okay. So like in that scenario, right? When the house, I live in California, so just to kind of give some type of reference. So if I'm buying a new development here, right? All I'm bringing when I've paid for the house is, I'm probably bringing my appliances, right? My cooker, my refrigerator, that type of stuff. But cabinets, closet, all that stuff is already built in. So I'm wondering if you guys have had those type of discussions. I'm just wondering how to budget for this, depending on what price point I jump in at. Does that make sense? What I'm asking?
There are standard fixtures that are put in there. The closets are there, the cabinets are there, the countertops are there, except for the freezer, refrigerator, and stove.
Awesome. Okay. And then my other question, have you guys talked about HOA? Are we gonna have something like that? Just to keep everything standard, keep people from, painting their houses black?
Well, the neighborhood can develop one if they want to, but they have to go through the system, federal system or state system to accomplish that, or even city, yeah.
Okay.
Because what it does for you is it protects your home. There's some things you cannot do in certain neighborhoods. That's why we have zoning.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like something like that won't be set up until, the home's actually built and people have purchased and moved in, probably from a board?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so my last question, and you guys probably won't be able to answer this question. Do we have an idea of when they will be ready?
The effort is here already. We just need to begin to implement some of the things that we need to really actualize it.
Right. So we roughly in my head, like, are we talking 10 years? I mean,
No,
and I understand the answer.
Maybe months. That's at the most, yes.
Really? Wow, yes. That's even more exciting. Okay. Okay, that was it. I mean, I'm gonna have other questions, but I'll call directly. But this is good. This is really exciting, by the way. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. Let me quickly. Thank you for the question. Yeah, we just want if people have a question for the attorney, because her place is kind of midnight right now. So so that we can let her go. If there's nobody that have a specific question for the lawyer, we can let her go, and then we should be able to round this up like in the next 10 minutes. So let's go ahead, Sonny. Ulo, your hand has been up. You can go ahead, please.
Yeah, Sonny, I was trying to unmute. It wouldn't let me, but I succeeded now. to unmute myself. I'm really sorry. I was, touching the mute button, but it would not unmute. So, but I'm here now. Sir, my question is regarding the road networks. You said we will build the road networks. I don't know if it's the developer you were referring to building the road networks. I would assume that building standard roads, both in a neighborhood or in any area of Biafra, should be the responsibility of the Biafran government, not individual. Because, and also based on the prices being charged for these properties, I don't know how much of this will even build a road and then also build houses of international standards. So I wanted to clarify who's going to be responsible for the provision of the infrastructure as far as road and water is concerned. When you say we, does it mean you, the developer, or the Biafran government? That's my number one question. And my number two question is, the last speaker just mentioned one of the things I was going to ask, but it was in a different format that she asked it, is the square footage. So, for example, the studio unit. How you clarify it's going to be 900 square feet. Maybe not the floor plan, but just the square footage of each individual apartments. So do you have any idea what is the square footage of a studio unit or one bedroom is gonna be? You can have here houses that entire house will be about 900 square feet. House could be 1,200 square feet. So do you know the square footage is gonna range from?
Okay, the first question, which is responsibility on the development of the neighborhoods and roads. We are liable for the actual construction. That's what we do. We bid the jobs out and we monitor them. That's why we have code system. That's why we decided before anyone builds it, we're gonna have consistency that is common in the whole country. And then uniformity also is critical for us. So we have to monitor everything that is being done. If you're going to pour concrete, we make sure that we test that concrete to make sure it's strong enough to hold whatever you're building. That's the system that government is involved in. We don't actually do the building, but we monitor those that build it. And the second one,
sir, when you say we, that was my confusion. Is it we, you, the developer, or the government?
We are the government. We monitor the developer.
Oh, okay.
In everything they do, we monitor them. Yes.
Okay.
We come up with a base system, and we bid them. They bid the projects out, and whoever wins the project will do it. But we have to have all the specifications involved in each project that we engage in.
Okay, okay. So the government is going to provide the infrastructure, the roads and the drainage.
We will do the drawings as to what roads we're going to put, the types of roads and the drainages. But then when it's bid out, the contractors build it or the developers build it if they need to do it, yes.
Okay.
And the apartment is the same thing. When you pick what you want, you will look at the existing plan. And if that's what you're going to buy, then we'll give it to you. If you want something different, there might be an added cost. I don't know. Let the business decide that for us.
Not in itself, the square footage, like you map out, our studio will be 900 square feet. Is that, do you have an idea?
Yes, we do have a standard square footage. When we begin to implement it, we'll give you a standard square footage for you to this is just a show of what we're going to do. If we're going to do 1 bedroom, then if you're ready to buy 1 bedroom, then we'll give you a standard plan and the square footage of that plan that you're going to get.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sunny, go ahead, please.
We have Mazi Chukuma Eze.
And I think that's the last question we have the hand up. So hopefully after his own question, we should be able to.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, good evening to the business team and all the cabinet members, the government in exile, and also to our prime minister. My question is just regarding the buildings in terms of like financing, because I didn't join you guys right from the beginning. I just want to know, like, so based on the first time when the whole project was unveiled, the prices in regards to the different kind of housing, they still remain the same, and also like the financial structure. Did you guys kind of introduce like any flexibility, or it still remains the same way? And also, secondly, I want to know the houses, like, what are they going to be built with? Are they going to be built with wood, or are they going to be built with like blocks and concrete? Like, and also, my last question is there like a website? Because I want to get one, and is there like a website whereby you could go like go through, see the pictures, like at least do like more research and before I decide, okay, this is what I want to go with.
Okay, flexibility only is done when you choose not to engage in a certain portion. You could say my bedroom, I want my bedroom here, I want my bedroom there. We could just modify it, barely modify it for you. Now, if you want to completely change the whole thing, that's a different thing altogether. Okay? That's the process. And then
I'm talking,
yes.
I'm talking about flexibility in terms of how you make the payments. Because I know some, like the last time I was like on the government, like the 5-bedroom box house, that was going for like 90,000, and I know how are we supposed to make the payment? Like how much down payment are you supposed to put down and all that?
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. Let Jenny. Yeah.
Okay, Jenny is still here.
If she's still there, Jenny, can you run through the payment structure again, please?
All right, so here's the payment structure, payment terms. This is actually an excerpt from the purchase agreement. So the purchase agreement is the whole contract. So I just placed here the payment terms. So an initial deposit of 50% of the sales value of the property must be paid by the buyer, or the buyer can also pay the full price upfront. So it's up to you if you will pay half or you will pay full. And then the remaining 50% is payable within 1 year from the execution of the transaction. So the other 50%, you will pay that within 1 year. So the 20, I'm sorry, stop sharing. The 25%, you will pay that within 1 month to 6 months. And then the other 25%, you will pay that within 6 months to 1 year. Or if you have the money, you can pay the remaining 50% all at once. So it's here.
Okay. But so I have one more question.
In terms of your final question, you wanted something about whether there is a website. We have not uploaded any of this on any website. However, there is an email address there and a telephone number where we can talk to you if you preferred. Or if you can email us with exactly what you want, then it's better for us to give you the exact information. We don't have these pictures in any website where the details of it are there. But if you make an inquiry, then we will respond accordingly.
Good. This is Bridget. I need to follow up on Madam Chair. This is Bridget. Regarding to your question, like you said that the prices, yes, we after the first one, we went back and we did due diligence to see what is offered in Biafra land and what is marketable. And also, since we want to subsidize this to help our people, so some of the prices we lowered, you know, so because it's really not, it's a fundraising in a way, but to say thank you. So if you look at it, some of them we lowered. For the box houses, we realize there is also a land that is involved. The land, when it's a single home where you will have your own land. So if you look at the price of land, you know, and then you look at the price of the house, so you know, we're not really, we can't just say, you know, we have to also do a fundraising for it. So so we realize there's a land to be bought, and the land, you know, so it's really a good price because we do due diligence. We have really been working on it. That's why, you know, and then in regards to the website, as Madam Chair said, we can't upload everything, you know, because this is also confidentiality. You know, do you know what I mean? Like anybody can go in and do that. We, you know, just, and then, you know, we have a lot of enemies. So, and including our people who is the politicians in our land, they can go there as sabotagers. So we are more in a, you know, we are private. So we have to stay like that because we don't want to, so, but yeah, if you are interested in call us or email us, we have the whole paperwork. Jerry did such a good job. And we just do slideshow. We have a lot of things that, you know, do's and if you can't pay for it, what will happen? You know, if you have relatives, you know, who can help you pay for it, you know. So that's why we said at the beginning to give us 2 relatives. We can't come here and just, you know, because we don't have the time. We've been working on this for months and months. So trust us. We want BIAFRA tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, so the thing I want to know is because, you know, like the 50% of the whole portion, I don't know. Some people might not have it, but they might have maybe a little bit like over 30-35%. So does that mean that the fact that you don't have that, like you cannot stack, that doesn't mean you're not going to be able to make that payment? That's what I'm just saying. Like if it's like a substantial amount, you could put down, then within the order of the whole payment, you could finish up the payment. That's why I'm talking like in terms of flexibility of payment. Because if you're saying 50% right now, some people might not have all that 50% of that initial distance, and it kind of withhold them. But because me, I know what I want to do because I have a large family, so I want something that's going to contain my family. So that's what I'm saying. And also, I don't know, does anybody have an idea like the five bedroom box house? You know how many is it got? Like you know the amount or the size of land is going to contain? Is it like a half plot? Is it a quarter plot? Is it like, I don't know all the.
Reverend,
Reverend can answer that.
I think you have to make that determination. We could divide out the property based on what we want to sell to be built on it. Code system and zoning will require you to do certain things in certain areas. So you cannot just build a 5-bedroom house in a 50 by 20 square foot. You gotta maybe 100 by 50. You could do a 5-bedroom house because code may require that, zoning may require that. But if you don't do it that way, then we will reject you building in that area. Now these are single-family homes. Now on the apartment complexes, that's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The other question that you had was, are we going to build with wood? No, we're going to build, the walls is going to be lightweight concrete. Lightweight concrete will be the walls, interior walls, most times. And then sometimes we use metal studs or metal to build the roof system. Or if it's a flat roof, we're going to use also concrete to do that. So we cannot build with wood because of the environment. We're a tropical type environment that cannot sustain wood studs.
Okay. The other question you asked was on raising funds. You pay 50% now, and then you have up to 1 year to pay the remaining 50%. The issue of raising funds actually is a personal issue. You can decide to take a mortgage or take a loan if you don't have the complete amount. But what we need now is 50% of the fund because we are selling upfront, off plan, and secondly, we're starting with Ebube for the time being, and the houses are limited. That is, you have limited numbers, and people are coming up for it. So we cannot say, okay, maybe because you have indicated interest, and we decide to ask you to bring 30%, while there's somebody that actually has 50% to pay. So the issue of raising fund is a personal issue. If you have it, you pay the 50%, and then we enter into the agreement, and within 1 year you pay the remaining. I think that and you're not going to pay 50% within the next. What I'm saying, you're not going to pay 50%. You're not obliged to pay 50% at once. You can pay 25% within the first 6 months, and then the next 6 months that makes it up to 1 year, you pay the remaining 25%, making it 100%. So that is what I can say about the flexibility of payment there.
Okay, one more thing, sorry, one more thing.
Also, to add to this question, you have to remember that we're all different. So we have to, there's also another GRA coming from the other 31 states. We just want to present this Ebube. So if you are not ready at this particular time, there's another one coming because we're going to duplicate it, from the other 31 states. So get ready for that. But we really wanted the money now, and we don't have that many, we don't have a lot of property in this particular area. So that's how we come up with that. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I don't know, one more question. So the box out, the 5-bedroom box house, you said the prices were reduced. Does anyone has the figure? Because I didn't start with you guys when you guys were mentioning all the prices.
No, it wasn't reduced. It's 100,000, sir. $100,000.
Okay.
Jenny, can you put back the prices again, just for the last time, please, Jenny?
Okay, sure.
Why Jenny puts that on, what we were trying to say by saying that the prices are reduced, we said prices are subsidized, that we are selling below market rate. At that $100,000, it is also below market rate because we are selling off plan,
Believe me, let me say this. You are very right. The reduced cost is what we have done. Ebube is a beautiful environment. We sell by environment, and we did this is so low that for me, I will increase it more because of the environment where we build this homes and box houses. So take it down, otherwise others will take it.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully I see you guys at the convention, and I should be reaching again by then.
All right. We have the prizes here. We have these prizes here. The studio unit, which is in the apartment, is going for $25,000. The 1-bedroom is going for $35,000. The 2 bedrooms is going for $45,000. The 3 bedrooms, $55,000. Then the 5-bedroom box single home is going for $100,000. We're also selling the streets. The streets is $15,000. Oh, what happened? Sorry, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, it just went off.
This question has been answered without the drawings.
Yeah, the lane 15,000, Crescent 15,000, Drive 15,000, the Avenue and the Boulevard is $100,000. So I think that covers it all. If we don't have any other question, I think we can bring this presentation to an end, Madam Chair, if you have any other thing to say before we close. Thank you.
We'd just like to thank everybody that has joined in. At the beginning of this presentation, there was about 142 people. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening. We're just hoping that you will call and begin to support what we do. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, the team. Dr. Ngozi, you can close the meeting now. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all.
Right, thank you so much, everybody, their friends and their friends and families, for logging into this Brgie final presentation for Ebube roadmap. And like I said, it is something that we're so excited about. It's something that we're looking forward to. The emails are there, the phones are there. And after this presentation, the media team will continue to highlight those things. If you have any questions, you can also call any of the Brgie executive members for more information, or call the number, or send us an email. On behalf of the Biafran government in exile, the Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, the Biafra Defense Minister, Madam Asoka, I thank you all, and we're going to hereby bring this presentation to a close. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Recording stopped. Thank you.
Yeah.